On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about the importance of exit strategies. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. When it comes to safety, many of the things that we cover on this podcast are what ifs. So it's what if this happens? What if that happens? Today is going to be very similar to that, and that is exit strategies. Exit strategies are things that you need to observe in the situations like it might be inclement weather. It might be a chemical spill. It could be a fire. It could just be a general evacuation. It could be a test, where you're going through and testing all of your emergency procedures. But at the end of the day, the one thing you want to know is where these exits are. You want to make sure that they're properly lit, that all of your staff knows exactly where it is that you need to go. And then you also want to make sure that when you get outside, that there's a place where everybody can meet, to where you can make sure that everybody has been brought out safely. When we're talking about people being brought out, make sure that people that have disabilities, or maybe they're possibly in a wheelchair, or they just have a need for assistance, that they are also being taken care of in the form of making sure that there's ramps, chairs that can take them where they need to go, or just assistance in any way, shape, or form, that those people are going to be just as safe as everybody else. The other thing is just making sure that you go through and do regular training. You might think that everyone knows where things are, but it's going to be in the times that you need it most where you have to make sure that that is absolutely paramount and that people know exactly where to go if there's an emergency. Now, although it's not necessarily an exit strategy, also make sure to know where to go if there is like a tornado, or if you're in an area where there's a hurricane. It's usually like an inside area, like a bathroom or something of that nature, and know where those locations are as well. But while we're talking about exit strategies, just make sure that, like I said, they're always well lit, that you also have, if you have this in your facility, lighted walkways that come on with battery power. There are also tapes and things like that that can illuminate through glow. A luminous type thing where when the power goes out, they'll glow, and people can follow the pathways to get out. It's all about safety and making sure that, again, people know where to go, that everything is properly marked, and that training is done on a regular basis to where people always know exactly what to do in the case of an emergency. So thank you very much for being part of another episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. We hope we were able to educate you on exit strategies. Make sure you have a great day, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.